How's it going, everybody? Welcome to GHMV Reacts. Today we have something special for you. We are taking a look back at some of the forgotten Cassadines. Some of them I didn't even know about till a few weeks ago. This first one is Petros Cassadine. He's Mikos Cassadine's cousin, and he's played by the same actor whose name is John Colicos, I think. So let's watch this. I've never seen this before. This should be interesting.
I understand you're shocked. It's been a while. It is Petros, isn't it?
Petros.
Yeah. For a minute I would have sworn it was Mikos. The resemblance always was striking. People have remarked it. Uncanny. Wouldn't you think so, Sean?
Petros?
Mr. Donnelly, I was not prepared for such a reunion. What brings you to Port Charles? The point is, what brings you? You have my brooch, Scorpio. I want it back. Come in.
The old gang, too. Robert and Sean.
It's yours. I don't believe I need any identification. It is, after all, your brooch. Intact, I hope, and undamaged.
I hardly touched it, I swear.
You have your brooch
Who's
now.
that?
What more do you want?
Answers. Several. You can start by explaining to me how a valuable Cassadine heirloom came to be in your hands.
It wasn't Algernon's fault.
Oh, this, then, is Algernon?
Algernon?
He's my cousin. He's totally innocent. It's all been a mistake.
Oh, Holly's
Absolutely.
cousin.
I'm still waiting for that explanation.
Algernon received an invitation to a party in Paris. When he awoke the next morning, he discovered the brooch had been planted on him. I have absolutely no idea how it got in my pocket, I swear to you.
Be quiet, Algernon. Let Robert explain.
I hope your explanation gets better, Robert.
I'm telling you what Algernon told me. He received a plane ticket to fly to New York, supposedly sent by Holly, who in effect sent no ticket at all.
Where did this ticket come from?
We don't know.
I recognized the Cassadine brooch immediately. Figured you'd be here sooner or later to pick it up. I had hoped to effect my own plan before you arrived.
Which was what?
To return it to the police in Paris, who could then give it back to you. The less I have to do with your family, the better. No offense.
Believe me, Mr. Scorpio, I had no burning desire to come to Port Charles either. It holds no pleasant memories for my family.
Well,
No kidding.
you've got your brooch. Now you can go back to Greece.
Oh, no. Not until I've been given a satisfactory explanation. I went to a great deal of trouble to track down this brooch.
I just told you what happened. I don't believe I've omitted anything, have I, Sean?
Not a shred. I've asked for everything he said, Petros.
Please, don't insult my intelligence by expecting me to believe such a tale.
It's the truth.
It's outrageous! I didn't fly all the way to New York, come up here in my yacht, to be told such a ridiculous story.
It's exactly what happened. Look, what difference does it make? You've got your brooch.
That incredible inconvenience to me.
Whatever. I'll happily guide you out of town if it'll make you any happier.
Oh, no, I'm not ready to leave yet. I have other business here.
Of course he does. They always do.
Looking into the medical research that's going on at General Hospital, for one. As you know, of course, my family is financing it.
I find it hard to believe you're going to stick around just to look at some research.
Well, you'll just have to live with it. Now, if you'll excuse...
Before you go, you have my word that Algernon had nothing to do with the theft of that brooch. He was set up. For what reasons, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Mr. Scorpio. I only accept facts I discover for myself.
I warn you, Cassadine. I want no trouble.
There's only one way to avoid it, Scorpio. By giving me the truth.
I'm assuming what Robert is saying is true. But what a bizarre story.
Well, that's it. I'm finished. I'm done for.
What do you think he's going to do?
Whatever he does, I intend to keep a very close eye on him.
A very close eye, because I'm sure His habits haven't changed, Robert.
Lest we forget.
Never.
Can't you order him out of town? You are the police commissioner.
I have no cause.
Oh, we can't sit around and wait for one.
Don't worry, Algernon, you're going to be quite safe.
So is this not the first time Petros was on screen?
Well, perhaps you can
I thought
tell me.
this was.
Algernon, look, you're quite safe. Petros was just saber-rattling.
Yeah, the Cassadines like to intimidate. It's just part of their nature.
Oh, he did an excellent job.
Robert, I'll talk to you
Her
later.
cousin is colorful.
Yeah.
I need a drink. Did you see that look on his face? That man is up to something. I know when a man is up to something.
Oh, calm down, Algernon.
When he's got his brooch, why doesn't he leave?
Good question.
But you're the police commissioner. Why don't you haul him in for questioning?
I can't just haul him in without good reason. You of all people ought to know that.
But Algernon has a good point. Why doesn't he leave now that he's got his brooch?
You heard the man. He has business.
I just can't imagine that any respectable businessman in Port Charles would do business with a Cassadine.
Holly, don't be so naive. People will do business with the devil if there's a buck involved.
Disgraceful.
Well, what do
He
you
speaks
think
the
he's going
truth.
to do about it?
Just take this elevator here.
Dr. Hardy, there's a phone call for you.
Oh, excuse me.
Dr. Vandenort, please call your service. Dr. Vandenort, please call your service.
You're following me, Scorpio.
No law against that.
Insulting. I won't have it.
I won't have you making any trouble in my city.
I intend to pursue my rightful investigation of why my family had that brooch stolen from them.
You got it back?
Not good enough for me. I intend to find out who stole it and why.
What's the point?
The point is I won't be pushed. I won't be used. Someone is doing that. And I'm not leaving Port Charles until I find out who it is.
He seems as crazy as his twin
We can
cousin.
continue our tour now, Mr. Cassadine. This way.
Soaps are so weird.
Jelly report to the 6th floor nursing desk.
Man, I might watch more of that story a little bit later. I'm interested to see what was going on there. This next Cassadine is a bit more known. He was on the show semi-recently, Victor Cassadine. There was a point where Obrecht kind of insinuated that he was actually Nathan's father, but it turned out it wasn't him, it was Faison. But let's watch a classic Victor Cassadine scene.
Tony, my dear brother, Victor. Good
Oh, and Tony Cassadine too.
Oh, thank you.
2 for
I
1.
must say you look remarkably well, considering the fact that you've had to spend so much time in this little, what do you call it, village? Hamlet? What is the name of this place?
Port Charles.
Port, yes, Port Charles. I should have been bored to death.
Well, there was no need for you to make this journey.
No need, perhaps, but I wanted to be here to share in your triumph.
Oh, I see.
After all, the recovery of the Ice Princess is very important to the whole family, so I've come to express the gratitude and admiration of the whole house of Cassadine.
I appreciate that. I see you're not alone.
Oh, I would be negligent if I did come here unattended. I guess we'll be here tomorrow and we shall be on our way.
Yes.
Why so thoughtful, Tony? Our Cassadines have always looked after one another, haven't we?
Indeed. But why did you have to bring your men? And why were Albert and Chemo called to the island?
Oh, Mikos has his reasons. After all, it has taken a long time, you must admit, for the search of this Ice Princess. Don't you agree?
A few minor delays.
Minor, you say? Oh, well, let's not quibble about that. The thing is that you've recovered it. So, when do we set sail?
Victor, I have a feeling you are very aware of what happened here in Port Charles.
Of course, of course.
Well, then do not take me for a fool.
Oh, I would never make that mistake. A bit foolish. At times, perhaps, but never a fool.
I kind of like
I'd
Victor.
like to play your game of words, Victor. To answer your question, we'll set sail as soon as we find Alexandria Quartermain in the formula.
Where the hell is she?
I do not know.
Would you just please leave us? What do you mean? You don't know where Alex is?
Precisely that, Victor.
Your calm amazes me.
Oh, does it?
Or maybe I used the wrong word. Appalls me would be more accurate.
I know what I'm doing, Victor.
Oh, do you really? Well, forgive me if I do not appreciate that, because to me the opposite appears to be true. You do not know what you're doing because your judgment has been blurred once again by Alexander Quatermain.
That is not true.
Well, then, I can only come to one conclusion.
Alexandra Quatermain.
You
I do remember her
fantasy, my dear brother.
in the Ice Princess story.
Is, she has double-crossed you once again.
How is she related?
On your part, and I refuse to accept it.
Then you are indeed a fool. What else could it possibly be?
She must be looking for Duval.
My dear little brother, how long has it been since she left to do just that?
I tell you, she's still looking for Duval.
And I tell you, with her extraordinary past, the odds have it, if what you tell me is true, she should have accomplished the task by now.
I seldom gamble, Victor. Odds do not interest me.
Or perhaps they should. Especially when winning or losing involves the House of Cassadine. You are gambling with it. You are taking an extreme risk with your friendship with this Alexandria Quatermain. My God, Tony, she could have taken the formula, copied it, and replaced it.
Impossible.
Nothing is impossible, not with Alexandria Quatermain. With all our security, with all our precaution, wasn't she the one who managed to steal the statue from us in the first place?
I refuse to continue this.
Ah, but I think we must. I think it is time that we all faced the consequences of your relationship with Alexandria Quatermain.
You do not know that woman. I trust her.
Your loyalty is misplaced. Your loyalty is only to your family, yet you persist in choosing your liaison over your loyalty to us.
You cannot say that to me.
Oh, yes, I can. She has single-handedly been responsible for the House of Cassadine to crumble on its foundations, all because of this stupid romantic illusion of yours. You're allowing this woman to distract you and to interfere with the business of our family.
That is enough.
It is not enough. It has never happened in the entire history of our family. Yet you persist in believing her lies on and on again. And on top of it, she has now disappeared along with Duval. My God, Tony, you even called off our men. You've given this Alexandria Quatermain an easy ticket out of town.
I trust her, and you don't understand that.
You trust her? You act like some spoil-smitten schoolboy who's just been taken in by this scheming girl.
I am not a schoolboy, and I believe I'm more in touch with the reality of the situation than you are. You don't know what other
So they're
things
brothers,
are possible. You don't know
and
what
they
you
fight like
might
'em.
do.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And exactly what could that be?
He may discover that the formula is not in that statue.
Gasp.
Do you believe that Alexandria would be that careless?
No, I took the formula out of the statue myself. And if Duval was looking for it, he may have done something. He may have harmed her in some way. He may have killed her.
Then find out. Get the men out there and you find out.
I know she'll be here. I know she'll be here. She'll come.
We cannot waste any more time. Can't you understand that? She has double-crossed you once again.
Victor, you are wrong. I know she will come through.
Albert! Get the men in here.
No, I said no.
Albert, you'll do as I say, won't he, Tony? Or do you wish me to call the island to have that decision made?
No, I don't think there's any need for that.
Well, I will call if that will make you happy.
I know you would. But we both know what the answer will be.
I'm glad you know your position, Tony. Albert, call in the men. Because I'm making the decisions now, Tony.
All right, this next one is Christina Cassadine. So if you guys didn't know, Alexis had a sister named Christina, and that's who her daughter Christina is named after. I wasn't even watching at this point. This was like 2001, so I've only seen bits and pieces of her. This is when Alexis actually reunites with Christina for the first time. So let's watch together.
I can't do this right here.
All right.
No, it's not. I have to stay focused while I'm in this building.
Cops don't care.
Yes, they do, because I'll lose all credibility, and I can't do that right now.
Chloe was always amazed how you do that.
Yeah, well, it's just another unhealthy thing about me.
She
worried about everybody all the time. She never gave up on us, that's for sure.
Why did we?
Ned's hair. I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's kind of funny.
Understandable.
I slowed him down.
Alexis, it's not your fault. You know that.
No, I don't know anything, really, because...
Not suspicious at all. You can just see her in the background.
Look, I need to talk to Mac about something. Are you gonna be okay?
I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm all right.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Failure. Okay, but like this. Do it, you can do it. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't work here. If you just have a moment. No, I really don't, I'm sorry.
She clearly didn't recognize her.
Okay. I think that I want to be on steadier ground when I meet Christina.
Too late. We already met at the police station.
Apologize. You must have thought I was very rude.
Awkward.
No, Jax explained everything. God, I'm so sorry about your friend.
Thank you. Were you wearing an overcoat?
Yeah, I borrowed it from Jax.
What? I'm sorry, I don't need to know that. I don't know why I said I'm just a little scattered.
Well, I can imagine.
I wanted to see you. I just wanted it to be right, and not that I would know what would be, how to do this. It's really weird. This is surreal that you're standing in front of me.
Oh, look. I brought you something.
It's my mother.
That's my mother, too.
Nice reunion. Okay, finally we are bouncing to 2011. Back then, there was a woman that would wander around Windermere back when it was abandoned because Nicholas already left, and no one knew who she was. We didn't know at this point in the clip that I'm about to show you, but she turned out to be Helena Cassadine's daughter. To be honest, I don't know if that was actually the game plan, because in 2012, the beginning, that's when Ron Carlivati and Frank Valentini came in, and the story seemed to end abruptly. So I don't know if this story was supposed to be a lot bigger than it was. I was actually really enjoying it until it seemed to have a rushed ending. But it is what it is. Let's watch. This is when Ethan comes face to face with Helena's daughter, who I think was named Irene Cassadine.
Hello. Well, the good news is I'm not crazy. I mean, I've heard the sounds, I've seen the light, and I felt that presence in the room. It was you, wasn't it? You were spying on me. Okay, I'm sorry, we'll start over. I'm Ethan. What's your name? Okay. People have been accusing me of chasing ghosts, right? But I see now You're standing there, right? You're real. As real as it gets, aren't you? Don't be scared, okay? I am harmless. At least most of the time. This place, probably not so much. I mean, you never know what's lurking around the corner or creeping through the walls, you know.
I miss Ethan.
I guess you would know that better than anyone, right? Yeah, I mean, how long have you been here anyway? Wait, no, I know it was you. I know it was you, in the tunnels. You know, you were watching me, right? Waiting for me to leave so that you could have run of the place. I'm a grifter myself, you know, the life of a grifter, I know it well. You watch people and wait for them to go out of town so you can let yourself into their houses and take a warm shower. You know, raid the fridge, maybe sleep in a real bed at night. I would help myself to some of their things, but I would never slash a family portrait. So what do you have against Laura Spencer anyway?
This is why I didn't think that she was Helena's daughter.
Very chatty today. That's fine. You know, I've been told I like to hear myself talk.
The portrait that they showed in the story,
Laura.
She looks exactly
from all
like
accounts,
Laura.
she's a kind, compassionate, loving woman. Not exactly the kind you'd go after with a dagger. Unless, of course, you were Helena Cassadine. Yeah. Helena told me that she was looking for something here. But it was someone, wasn't it? She was looking for you. I'm not gonna sell you out. I'm just trying to get this cast of characters straight in my head. I found footprints when I was here. They were big. They were definitely too big to be yours. Do you know who they might belong to? I mean, have you seen anyone here? Could it be one of Helena's henchmen, maybe? Bigfoot. I mean, come on, am I getting warm here? Am I even getting close? Just say something, please. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did I mention how stunningly beautiful you are?
Oh, man. But yeah, that portrait, like, she looks so much like Laura. I'm honestly convinced that maybe it was, like...
Look, I'm sorry I made you cry.
Like
right, just please come here and talk to me.
Like Nicholas's twin sister or something. But yeah, like, I honestly don't think that she was supposed to be Helena's daughter. First of all, with all due respect to Helena Cassadine and Constance Towers, that woman is like 20. So Helena would have had to have her at like 60. But yeah, for real, I feel like they would have made her Laura's daughter with Stavros, maybe, and that she just somehow wasn't aware of her, like maybe she passed out and then gave birth to twins, I don't know, but that was my theory back then. And then in 2012, they revealed that she was apparently her daughter that Helena sent as an assassin to assassinate the Spencers. But there was such heavy focus on Laura, and then Jeannie Francis never came back to the show at this point, and I think that must have been the plan with the previous writers, and then it just didn't happen. It's so intriguing. I really want to know what the original story was supposed to be. Anyway, thank you so much for watching these scenes of the long-lost Cassadines with me. I really enjoyed this. Next week, we're going to be looking at the legendary Helena Cassadine, both Elizabeth Taylor's version and Constance Towers, because they're both brilliant. Now, I've already watched the Luke and Laura wedding on GHMV Reacts, so we're not going to watch that infamous scene, but we're going to find some other fun Elizabeth Taylor, Helena Cassadine scenes to watch. So look forward to that, as well as some good Constance Towers scenes as Helena Cassadine. She's so good as well. But yeah, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. That will catch you guys this Sunday for GHMV, and then Wednesday again for GHMV Reacts. Peace out.